So, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'm not at my home, so there can be issues while recording my videos sometimes. So, it's chapter 969. Let's start naughty and nice. Let's see. The universe either really loves me or it really hates me. I haven't figured out which. But as I stared awkwardly at the bed Awa and I would be sharing for the week, one thing was clear. It definitely had a sense of humor. So, it looks like it's just one bed. Do you want the right side or the left? Yes, it's a good thing I don't talk in my sleep, huh? I don't really have a preference, but some people like to be near the outlet or the door or bathroom or I'll just take the right. Ava climbed into the bed and wiped out her phone while I hung back, mentally cringing. But what was that? Don't say anything else. Just get in the bed, roll over and Addie, you have gotta see this. I was scrolling through Picta and look what I found. She titled the phone in my direction until I saw a picture of us together as freshmen. My head pressed to her temple, her head resting casually on the crook of my hip. We were practically babies. If you think that about this one, then you have got to see the rest of these. Ava patted the spot next to her on the bed, and I climbed up next to her to get a closer look. Scroll after scroll laid the story of our friendship out in plain sight. Dances, parties, sleepovers. See, there's no reason this has to be any different than it was back then. Just you and me. And I just think it's funny how a new text from Bay. A notification popped up before she could finish, and each of us froze in our tracks. I should take a look at this. Right. I rolled over and sunk into the mattress as Ava settled in next to me, tapping out rapid fire text messages. The pace of vibrations from her conversation picked up, droning on in the background as my thoughts raced. I'm being crazy. Ava said it herself. We have done this thousands of times. It's not a big deal. Plus, she has a girlfriend. And with every new message, it felt more and more like Viola had crawled right into the bed with us. I had almost completely tuned out the vibrations when. Addie, your phone. Snapping out of it, I grabbed the phone from the nightstand and found two new messages. One from Mason. Oh god. And the other from No. Hey, what do you think about hanging out like we used to in the old days? Meet me in my room? And the one from No. Hanging with the gang was fun, but I am dying for something low key. You busy? Being technically an adult had its advantages. There were things even my dad couldn't say no to, like getting a tattoo or buying a car. But if I got caught sneaking around to hang out with either of the boys this late, he had ground me until I was his age. Even still, can you cover for me? I need to guess go see one of the boys. Sure, why not? I lingered on the edge of the bed, trying to discreet her tone, until she looked over at me and sighed. Sorry, I don't mean to be such a grump. I'm just trying to figure out things out with Baila. Oh, is everything okay? Yeah, we agreed. Just a lover's pat. But I should probably call her, smooth things over. Smoothing in her voice sounded off, and I wanted to question it, but she had said they were fine. Was it even my place to point it out? So instead, I gave Ava her privacy, looking back in just enough time to see her lift her phone to her ear as I closed the door. It would be good to get some space. The last thing I wanted was for Ava to be in a situation like Mason's, or worse, mine. Because as I stepped into the hallway, I realized I had no clue where I wanted to go or who I wanted to see. Well, who should I visit now? No, I tiptoed down the hallway in the direction of No's room and quietly pushed open the door to find No propped up in the bed, eyes closed, listening to an old school player. When he noticed me, he pulled his earbuds out. You came. I kicked off my shoes and climbed into bed with him, and he folded me into his embrace. Don't stop the music on my account. What are we listening to? Just some playlist I put together. Music is actually tied to some really important memories for me. I thought we could listen to a few songs, maybe get to know each other a little more. Kinda like a musical time machine. Count me in. I think I'm getting going to get caught. नहीं तो ये लोग हमेशा पूछते हैं choices के लिए, diamonds के लिए, but this time I had to go. I tried desperately to keep my imagination in check as I leaned back into the mattress, which became increasingly hard when Norm moved closer, his body heat warming me inside and out. He offered me one of his earbuds. I just have the one set, so we'd have to stay pretty close. Fine by me. He clicked through his library, tilting the screen so I could see. Thousands of songs flew across on the screen, soundtracks fit for the another lifetime. Finally, I saw a song I recognized. How about this one? It's great. It's a great song to make out to, or so I hear. Nod tried to hide a smile as he taped the track, and the music poured out of the earbuds, flooding the moment with anticipation. Why don't we find out? He leaned even closer, careful not to tangle himself in the wires, and climbed my lips with his own. I nibbled at his bottom lip and slipped my tongue into his mouth as he opened to me, a moment sinking in time, with the bed to beat to the music. When we finally separated, I opened my eyes to find Nos still closed, and I couldn't help but wonder if I would be the memory attached to this song from now on. Looks like my intel was good, huh? In response, Nor pulled me in and folded himself around me. I pressed my back to his chest, enjoying the feel of both of our hearts beating as one. As the music played on, I closed my eyes, letting it wash over me, the soft tones and Nor's warmth lulling me into a comfortable doze. Nor sighed contentedly in my ear, and as much as I wanted the moment to last forever, we both knew it was quickly coming to an end. How much longer do I get to keep you? No, not too much. I should probably start heading back. I turned to face him, and he pressed his forehead to mine, looking deep into my eyes before closing his own, afraid of what I might see. Vulnerability wasn't his usual nature, but he was clearly trying. I know this was a big risk, and not to sound ungrateful or anything, but I feel like you just got here. Think you can stay for a few more minutes? I really want to say goodnight the right way. Oh,